Today, pornography and sexualized explicit content are easier to get than ever before. This is a bad thing because millions of people are struggling with how to stop being addicted to porn, but they keep failing. If you're one of those people, stay with me because I'll show you how to stop being addicted to porn by using lessons from Stoicism throughout history. Stoicism is an old theory that has given people a strong way to live a good and self-disciplined life. 2. Understanding your addiction. Stoicism began in ancient Greece with Zeno of Citium and was further developed by important thinkers like Seneca Epicus and Marcus Aurelius in ancient Rome. Stoicism stresses how important it is to live our lives in line with the laws of nature and reason. It also stresses how important it is to develop virtue through self-discipline while ignoring outside factors that are out of our control. The 4 most important traits of wisdom, justice, bravery, and temperance, are strong values that can help people who are struggling with pornography addiction. Stoicism is a deep philosophical framework that can be used to look into the focus on gaining mastery by living a good life and putting the mind first. Over short-term pleasures shows how to get to lasting freedom. Stoicism, unlike theories that allow for bad behavior, urges us to follow the highest moral standards. The first thing you need to do to use Stoicism to deal with your pornography problem is to really understand how much you have given up control and reason. Stoics say that giving in to the temptation of pornography is a sign that you are not controlling your natural wants well enough. It could be said that you gave in to the negativity bias by looking for fake pleasures that play on our natural urges to have children and get dopamine rushes. Stoicism teaches us to tell the difference between what we can and cannot control. Even though it may be hard, you can control and direct your sexual urges by making choices and taking responsibility for your actions. According to Epictetus, our judgments about things affect us more than the things themselves. Write in a journal to learn about your triggers, patterns, and reasons for looking for pornography. What unfortunate events caused you to develop this bad habit? Stoics like Marcus Rufus could control their anger by practicing strict discipline. 3. You should think about how harmful porn addiction is. Now that you know that porn addiction is a lack of self-control and sensible behavior, you should actively dislike this bad habit. Socrates said that the first thing you need to do to get rid of unhealthy wants is to see them for what they are: wrong, irrational, and getting in the way of living a good life in line with nature. Pornography is based on the idea that people are just things that can be used and mistreated for fun. This is the exact opposite of the strong value of justice. Behavior justice means being fair and moral with other people and recognizing their worth. People who make porn are just tools that are used to get something done. Watching too much porn makes you a worse person and keeps you from reaching your full potential. Your brain's reward system changes, which makes you want more extreme new events and less interest in the little things that make life fun. It drains your drive and energy and stops you from being disciplined in other areas of your life. Porn makes you think in very unhealthy ways, like seeing other people as things to be used, feeling shame and low self-worth, and finding it hard to form real bonds and healthy relationships. You stay in the shallows. The most depressing thing about porn is that it makes you keep looking for cheaper and cheaper highs that make you feel worse, and this makes you feel poor all the time. You are taking away your long-term happiness, peace, and self-respect. Now is the time to be sickened by this addiction and how it makes people feel. See it as hurting your health and beliefs. This is the only way to find the drive to use Stoic practices to get rid of the effects of 4. Taking control of your wants. Having sex, mastering your desires. At the heart of Stoic practice is getting rid of harmful wants and dislikes for things we can't change. For example, to beat pornography addiction, you need to be very determined and be able to control your desires. To reach true freedom, we need to change our views and let go of our attachments. Negative visualization is a strong exercise that can help you change your point of view. If you want to stop becoming addicted to porn, you need to take the time to clearly imagine the bad things that might happen if you do the things you want. If you're thinking about how misinterpreting sexuality makes other people seem less human and doesn't give you long-term pleasure, then you need to stop. Beyond a short-lived rush of dopamine, you should face the harsh realities of the industry's unethical underbelly. It would also help if you could get over your constant desire for the wonder that pornography offers. According to Marcus Aurelius, life is full of amazing opportunities that let us live happily without wanting more. If we have these resources, we will lack nothing else. Instead of always wanting new and exciting things, learn to value and enjoy the things you already have. To keep a grounded viewpoint, you need to practice mindfulness. Staying present and in touch with your senses will help you avoid getting caught up in unrealistic fantasies. When urges come up, accept the present moment and let yourself feel the craving without judging it. This process of numbing helps to nurture your inner strength. 5. Getting better at traits. Stoic philosophy says that to get rid of a bad trait, you need to create good traits that go with it. Take some time to think about how pornography may have taken your attention away from the 4 cardinal virtues. Wisdom. Have you thought about how your porn habit affects your happiness and health as a whole? Stoics think that what you know and what you can reason are closely connected to understanding. Do right. Because pornography hurts people, it is very important to respect the worth and honor of every person. However, this goes against the ideas of justice and fairness. The strength to fight the urges for instant gratification and the comfort that pornography offers is very hard and requires a lot of strength because they value bravery so much. Stoics thought it was important to be able to deal with problems in a healthy way. Peaceful. As a result of not being able to control your desire for balance, you can become addicted to it. A lack of moderation is what leads to addiction. Finding balance and practicing self-discipline are important for beating addiction. The Stoics thought that temperance was the most important thing that could be done to promote these ideals. They should think about people who are good models of them every once in a while. When you read Marcus Aurelius's works, you can really feel how deeply he understood self-control and justice. Imagine how you can create good traits to break this bad habit of separating yourself from others. One important thing that Stoics teach is to separate how you feel about outside events from what is really good or bad. Pornography and sexual pleasure are outside factors that are different. When it comes to good or bad events that don't affect your character, the Stoics said that nothing outside of you can make you sad without your permission through wrong thoughts and actions. When you realize this, you are no longer bound by the need to desire porn as if it were imperative to your happiness. Consciously detachment by reminding yourself that you don't need pornography or sexual highs to be happy. Voluntarily stop from things that are okay. Satisfying pleasures through strict self-denial routines. This trains your mind to believe that happiness comes from growing virtues within, not chasing temporary things outside of yourself. Building resilience. There will always be cravings and failures on the way to resilience, even if you change the way you think. Healing Stoic techniques can help people be stronger so they can handle mistakes better when they happen. The split of control is an idea that tells people to focus on what they can change, like their actions, decisions, and willpower when they are dealing with cravings or relapses. It's important not to see these problems as constant and impossible to overcome. Instead, realizing that these feelings are temporary lets people use Stoic reserve and emotional distance to deal with them. This method recognizes that these problems are only brief and gives people the tools they need to deal with them in a strong and determined way. Epictetus told his students to put their needs in second place. I'm going to be free of this addiction today unless something stops me. Hopes get out of hand because of this. Picture your mind as a strong inner fortress that thoughts or events can't take over. Thinking about bad things can help you deal with the bad things that happen in living without limits and give you the strength to defend your citadel. You should not hate yourself if you do return. It is important to get back on your feet. The Stoics stayed cool and saw the bigger picture even when things went badly. You are smart, so don't give up. You can also start 8. Finding life's purpose. Over finding life's purpose, addiction happens when people try to find long-lasting happiness in short-term pleasures. Stoic philosophy says that the only way to find real happiness is to live a good life that is in line with reason and nature's laws. Think about your core values, beliefs, and principles. What is your clear purpose and job in life besides sexuality? The plan for space. Stoics dedicated themselves to finding ing and achieving their unique roles as parts of a linked whole. Get ideas from the life purpose of Stoic practitioners. Marcus Aurelius, to rule and guide with good sense and fairness. As a philosopher, King Epicus, to teach the theory of strength, self-control, and choice, even though they were born into slavery, so that he could be an emperor's wise advisor and show him how to be a good person. Use thought exercises like to look at your goals. The homebrewed, what would your compound wisdom say if you had a magic potion that could give you anything you wanted in the world? Choose goodness over evil. The fire. If you were in a burning fire, what would you let yourself burn instead of giving up? Keep only the things that are in line with your highest goal. In the end, we all have to face the somber truth of our own deaths through memory. You only have a short time left before you die, Maury, to find and live out your meaning. Let this be your focus. 9. Living the Stoic life. If you want to live a Stoic life and beat your pornography addiction, you have to commit to Stoic practices and routines every day, like negative visualization. Writing in a book and thinking about role models need to become habits. You can't go down this path by yourself. Find people who share your ideals who are also practicing Stoicism and self-mastery. The ancients had philosophical brotherhoods to support each other. Make Stoicism a lifelong goal, not just a short-term study. There are known steps of growth. One practice of rising is getting better at controlling your thoughts and feelings. 2 disciplines. Discipline of desire, aligning your wants with nature and virtue, and discipline of action, doing what is right. 4 wise insights into the most important universal rules and patterns of life. Watch out for harsh reversions that can send you back and forth between progress and decline. As the Stoics got older, they built up their resilience so that short-term failures wouldn't undo long-term wisdom. With reason as your guide and virtue as your compass, you have the power to change your life. Stay grounded by knowing that permanent freedom takes hard work and dedication, but the prize is worth it. Taking back your life through 10 makes it all worth it when your mind is at peace. How Stoic virtue can help you take back your life. Stoic philosophy can help you beat your pornography addiction, but the end goal is to give you back your life and inner freedom. If you follow these teachings and practices religiously, you can change your mind from being controlled by shameful vices to embodying the supreme virtues of wisdom. According to the Stoics, virtue is the only real good that is worth pursuing. you've learned about vices.